lived here all my life, and my wonderful husband, I met him at church.
And she came in and just sat at the next empty seat, which was right next to me. And we sat next to each other for the rest of our lives. It was 4.5 months after we met that we got married. So in 1985, Mandy was born. In 1987, Carrie was born.
That was the goal of my life, really, to be a mom. So it was a very wonderful event, first meeting Mr. Wright and getting married, and then having my girls.
My girls got along pretty well, except for the sibling rivalry when they had friends over. Mandy had to act like the older sister and kind of shove Carrie aside a little bit, but when we were together, like on family vacations, they got along famously. They loved each other.
We did a lot of church things, that was the main focus. We were always in church on Sunday and midweek, and making plans to go to church camp or something. So it was, our life really revolved around the Lord.
Beach Fest Santa Cruz was a Christian evangelical event. Luis Palau did these all over the world, and he came to Santa Cruz in 2001. Well, we decided to go to Beach Fest as a family. Lynn had gotten there early for the prayer team, and then I picked the girls up at work and brought them down.
After Beach Fest, we got in our car and headed home.
We got plowed into on the left side of our minivan by an SUV traveling about 50 miles an hour. She was drunk and on drugs.
The girls died sitting right behind us. When we were in the hospital, we were told that our girls had died at the accident scene.
It just came on very slowly. We both had head injuries. We were both plugged into morphine. The shock of the accident, it all combined to, nothing sunk in right away.
When I did come home, my wonderful in-laws were here, and they had already done like laundry and folded up the girls' clothes. And when I walked down the hallway, passing their rooms on the way to mine, I just kind of put like a blinder, like a horse would have a blinder on either side. So I just looked straight ahead and just aimed for my room and really tried very hard not to focus on them. It took a long time to really admit and believe and swallow that they were really gone. Forgiving Lisa was a process too, because she was really that terrible woman for a very long time. Very first thought every morning, that's who she was, that woman. But somewhere along the line when she went to prison, we just felt compassion for her.
When she went off to prison, we grieved for her, because here was another mother losing her children, in her case for 6.5 years that she was gone.
But I really wanted my joy of life back, and I just knew if I swallowed that unforgiveness, it would be like drinking poison, that I hoped it would kill her because I was mad at her, but it would only poison my system.
Well, my journey to forgive Lisa wasn't as hard because I was so angry at God. I held him more responsible than I held Lisa. All God would have had to do was slow us down by a few seconds, maybe drop my keys as we were getting in the van. God could have protected us, and he chose not to.
Forgiving is, first of all, not optional. God tells us to forgive, but that's because he knows it's for our own benefits. When you have unforgiveness, you're chained to that person. You can't really ever get rid of them. You drag them around. And I think we all know people that rehearse and rehearse and rehearse bitterness, and that's no way to live.
It does not absolve the other person. It doesn't mean we forget about what happened. It doesn't mean the pain goes away. It just means that we disconnect ourselves from that person emotionally. Forgiveness brings a lot of freedom. There are a lot of physical issues that go along with unforgiveness, just the bitterness and the tension of holding on to something. Forgiveness is releasing that bitterness.
I would tell anybody that needs to forgive to be gentle on themselves, to take time. It's a process, but then seek somebody that can help you, somebody to walk alongside you when you're going through heavy stuff.
My journey to forgiveness was helped along by digging into the Word. I read through the New Testament over and over and over, and God really softened my heart in reading His Word.
Lisa and I now speak together, sharing our story of forgiveness and love. I get to advise her and encourage her and love her, and that is the blessing for me, loving Lisa.